Do you want to take your empathy up to the next level? G'day, and welcome to Small Steps Through Life. Today, we're in Pukeroa Bay. And I'm looking at empathy. And I'm looking at the idea of why it doesn't always work and why we can't be more empathetic when we want to. And I think there's a number of reasons. The first is our ego gets in the way. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is we want to be the hero in our story. And empathy is about the other person. So we have this conflict between us being the hero and hearing them. So what do? How do you do it? What we do is we put our ego aside for a bit. Ego is about the idea of being the best. But you do realize that you can put it aside and think, I am living my best life. I actually don't need to keep waving the flag. Why would I keep waving the flag? Because it's actually only going to lower my value. So, ego aside for a bit, listen to hear. Listen to relate to the other person. The next thing about empathy is the idea that you're not listening to find blame. You're listening for connection. You're listening for understanding. As you do that, you're going to find more opportunities not just to connect, but to be understood and to understand. The important thing about it to realize is that it doesn't matter how good you become at empathy, it doesn't mean the other person will automatically engage empathy. It just means you're exercising empathy. That's it. You and your job is to live your life. The same as it's my job to live my life. The people I talk to, I can't tell them, you're to empathize with me. How insane would that be? I might as well be living their life. I can suggest, think about it from my point of view. Absolutely. Because I might say that because I believe it's true. I might say that because it will help connect. And that is enough. Am I doing it to lift myself up? For me, I'm not. I actually want them to understand me as I want to understand them. So, crank up the empathy, crank down the ego, connect, find new paths, find better connections. Be amazed at where it goes, and I'm going to say, see you later.